guys, welcome to Makeup with an Amateur. Just kidding. My name is Drops, and today I'll be filming Get Ready With Me. I start off with moisturizing my face with Mary Kay. It's a really good product. Next, I prime my face with the Professional Pearl Primer by Benefit. It's a very silky consistency on your face. It glides on and your face feels like satin after. It's really nice. So I usually just do it, put it on all over my face just to even out the different textures of my face. Foundation. I have a lot of different foundations that I use, but the main one I use is Fenty Beauty, shade 310. It says it's a soft matte long wear foundation. I am very oily, so when it comes to foundations, I really just love the matte look because either way, it'll probably end up being oily at the end of the day. But yeah, I love Fenty. I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics foundation brush to blend out this foundation. And your life away, bitch. Okay, after this is blended out, oh, I love how it feels. I take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is my holy grail. I love this one. It's so nice. The only problem is it's a little light for my skin, but I make it work. I drag it down to my nose because I will use that as well to shape my nose. And I combine that with my Pro Concealer from LA Girl. I have to blend that out. I like to spray it with my MAC. I just feel like it's better like that. And just blend in place. Try not to drag it too much down to your face, but more like out this way and onto your eyelid. There we go. Next one. So after that, I do my baking with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. It's a really good powder. It's amazing, like it helps with creasing. So I like going right where I put the concealer, just dabbing it on. Just dabbing it on. So dab it on. So I don't use concealer, I just use powder. But that's how I like to do it, only because I feel like I look too white if I put too much concealer. So after I put the bake on, I do my contour, my bronzing. So I grab another one of my BH Cosmetics brush and my Hoola Benefit bronze or natural looking contour. That's what I love. I hate the streak of like the line. I hate that. Like I hate seeing that. Just it makes me cringe. Like ugh, I just hate it. So the key to this is, well, what I think the key to is what works for me. Going like that and then up. I usually like just go into my forehead a little bit because my forehead is not too big. Same thing on this side. So now I do my nose contour. So the trick is don't try to go at the end, like next to it, your nose, but go on top of it, like back to the Laura Mercier. So again, go right next to it. Perfect. And then I usually just take my finger, just go right on top of it. Make it a little more defined. While it's baking, I like to do my eyebrows, and I use my Wet n Wild Ultimate Eyebrow Retractable Brow Pencil in the shade 627A Medium Brown. And I truly love this one, and I feel like it's a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil, which is like $18. This one was $4 in the drugstore. And it's honestly really nice. Like, there's no problems with it. So the first thing I do is brush up, just so I don't have any strays at the bottom. I use the skinny side just to draw the line at the bottom of my eyebrow to make like an outline of what I want my eyebrow to look like. Okay, now that I did the bottom, I move on to the top and I make a line straight down. And then I just keep doing small strokes, following the growth of your hairs. Okay, now the last thing I do is just brush. This line, the harsh line that you see down here, I brush up just so it could blend out the difference between a finessed eyebrow and a fucked up one. We move on to concealing under the eyebrow and above. I love to do that because, you know, it gives you a more defined look. And if you love finessed eyebrows like me, come on now. I mean, who doesn't love finessed eyebrows? So again, the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I love how it applies. It's beautiful because it has a brush built into the product, and it's amazing because you don't even have to get another brush. Outlining the line that you basically made in the first step of doing your eyebrows, right under. This is a very hard part, but if you take your time with it, it turns out amazing. I like to go down to my lid because I could use that as a primer for my shadow. The same thing on top, just outline how you want your eyebrow to be if you want more. So you get a small sponge and it goes right. It works perfectly. For the top, don't worry about blending it too much because we also have to take off the excess powder on top. So you go with the big brush, foundation brush, and just blend that out onto your actual forehead. So then after you're done with blending out the concealer on your eyebrows and eyelid, you go right ahead and take out the powder. Some people like to leave their powder on until after they're done with eyeshadow. I personally don't because I feel like my under eyes get too dry and I get very like a chalky scent, so I don't like that. Go right ahead and finish my face look with blush and just put it right above the contour and right on the nose a little bit, forehead a little bit, just to give you more of a rosy look. You don't want to look like a zombie. Face makeup is done. We go right ahead and a shadow look. I just got my new Take Me to Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics, and I've heard really good things about this one, so I'm really excited to use it. And since this is a simple get ready with me, I'm not going to use all the colors in this palette, but I will be getting to those soon because I love the colors. Like, I feel like I could do so many things because they have pinks, yellows, greens, blues, purples, very nice, and they have black and white. So I'm really excited about this palette. I'm gonna do my classic brown smoky eye with the gold lid, only because I would do that look almost every day last year in junior year. So I'm going to use a mix of this palette and this palette. This palette is the Modern Renaissance Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette. I'm going to start off with this one at the bottom. It's a coppery kind of color. Has a little shimmer to it, so it's something definitely new for me. I don't really use shimmer. I use mattes to create a smoky look, but you know, Change is good, right? So I obviously start off at the crease and just drag it in throughout the whole crease. Ooh, it's a very, very pinky look actually. It's really nice. Now that that's done, I would love to use one color from the Modern Renaissance, Raw Sienna, because I literally used to use this all the time. That's why, as you can see, I hit pan on it already. So I'm going to use that just to define more the crease. Now I'm going to take the Cypress Umber, again from the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, and just, I'm not going to drag this one out too much. I'm just going to put it right at the outer corner of my eye just to give it a little depth. I like the trick to doing like a smoky eye, or you know, any shadow in general, is to always start off with the lighter color and then just keep going up until you see like, okay, maybe this color was not the one that I really liked, but I could still keep going darker and darker until I feel like that's what I want, you know? I know that I obviously want to use concealer before because I want to have like a clean slate. So the glitter or the shimmer goes on a lot smoother. Okay, and for this one, you could blend out with a packing brush, which is this one. It's a little flatter kind of brush. You just pack it and try not to drag the concealer out too much. Blend it up just to make sure it doesn't. That straight line that you see right there, you have to blend that out with the color that you use from the outer corners. Now that you're done with that, I am gonna go back to the Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I'm gonna take the color right next to the first one I used, right here, this one, to try out as a shimmer. And I'm gonna take the packing brush, and I'm pretty sure this brush was from the Naked palette, but I love using this one for shimmers. This is a very nice shimmer. I'm very impressed on how nice these shadows are, especially for the price of them. Wow, this is amazing. I'm so glad. I love when I get a good bargain. Okay, now you go back to your big blending brush and you take the first shade we took, again, this one. And just to make a little more emphasis on this, I love to blend out this harsh line here because I do not, since it's a simple look, I don't want it to seem like I'm going out to the club if I'm just going to school or something. Go into the corner of my eye, and I have this Kat Von D Thunderstruck Metal Crush eyeshadow, and it's so beautiful. It's like a white color. See, like when you first apply it, it looks white, but when you kind of blend it into your eye, it looks a little gold. I don't even know. Oh, look at that. It's so pretty. See what I'm talking about? It looks gold. See, now you don't want that harsh line from your brow bone to your eyeshadow that you currently have, so you obviously have to blend that out. Perfect. And now, I love to do this at the end, I don't know why. I'm going to take the first color I took, and I'm going to go to the my lash line on the bottom and just drag that out. This really like just brings the look together. Perfect. And that's it. And now I'm gonna do the other eye off camera, and I'll be right back. Now, I love to do this at the end, I don't know why. I'm going to take the first color I took and I'm going to go to the my lash line on the bottom and just drag that out. And now I'm going to do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I'm done with the other eye, I like to go back with concealer just to create a sharper look. I like to draw a line just to create a sharper kind of look. And then I just blend that in with my small sponge. I use also my face brush just to make sure that's just really blended out the way I want it to. Okay, and now to continue with the eye look, I like to do black eyeliner. Okay, now that you've done that, I like to go and use my Benefit They're Real mascara. I will be using my Ardell Fox Mink, and I use the Kiss Strip Lash adhesive. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the glue on my lash, and the trick to this is you kind of tilt your head back and you look and you put the mirror on top, tilt your head back, don't lose hope, it'll happen. And then you go ahead and use mascara again just to make them stick together. And what I like to do is brush them and then brush the top too. And then the final step, I like to press them together very, very gently. Don't forget your bottom lash. Now I'm going to do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that both lashes are on and they look natural, I'm going to do my last step. And I don't know why I leave this to the last step, but I always do this last. I use my Glow Kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills, That Glow. I love this one and I've had it for a really long time. And I use my fluffy brush and I take basically 2 shades. The first layer that I put on of highlighter is always with the dry brush. So I just do that with the dry brush first. And then for the second one, for the second layer, I spritz it with my MAC Prep and Prime. And I just go with Dipping Gold, just to give it that nice glowy effect. Oh, look at that. I like to put it on top of my forehead too, on top of my lip, and I go with the brush on the tip of my nose, and then I use the lightest color and I go right, barely touching it, right on the center of my nose, and that gives it more of a slimmer nose look. Next I do my setting spray, MAC Prep and Prime. Obviously you could see I love this one since it's already almost gone, so now I just spray all over my face. Now the last part would be to do my lips, and I love to use my Too Faced Melted Matte. let loose the hair, and we're done. Thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned for the next video and give me some suggestions on what you guys want to see. Stay beautiful, girls. Love ya.